future of the game is bright. Oh my goodness.
They are getting better and better, and they're so fun to watch, and you'll see them getting drafted when it comes draft day.
That's a fair ball. On the move, Cooper Pratt. He plates a pair. Cooper with a double. Beautiful throw right on top of the bag. The breaking ball, a hammer, that's strike three. That'll do it. The West Squad victorious in the 2022 Perfect Game All-American Classic.
The energy around the first 20 PG All-American Classics palpable, and if you put them all together, you look ahead and you see a ton of Major League careers just bubbling up, kind of like things bubbled up in the pool at Chase Field. Hi there, folks. My name is Daron Sutton. My goal is simple in this update, to bring to you the Perfect Game All-American Classic 21st edition West roster. Thrilling, too, because we're going to get to meet these athletes by name, a little bit about where they're headed on the college side, many of whom will be drafted, but we'll also learn from Brian Sakowski and David Ronsley, the great scouts. We'll pick a couple of players out. You'll get the insights, and then as the month of August comes and jumps upon you, we'll have a big-time preview special on all of these athletes coming your way a couple of days prior to the All-American Classic. I think I've done enough talking, tried to create enough drama. Let's get to know the West roster and start it on the mound with the pitchers, where we introduce Ethan Scheffelbein first. Out of Corona, California, he's at Corona High School. He's going to fit in well with John Savage at UCLA. Levi Sterling is a PG All-American. This is a wonderful two-way player who is still 16 years old. Hunter Green, two-way player, also an alum out of Southern California's Notre Dame High School. Anson Siebert is out of Overland Park, Kansas, Blue Valley Southwest High School, a Tennessee commit, and Anson stands 6 feet, 9 inches tall, intimidating. Adding to that fastball with that extension, Anson Siebert is a PG All-American. Cam Caminetti, this is a young man who just reclassified, so he jumps in. He's still 16 years old from Scottsdale, Arizona. Ken Caminetti, the late star of the major leagues, his uncle, and certainly plays to honor him. I'm excited to see Cam play on a large stage. And Drew Rarick, we welcome him to the PG All-American roster. Here's what makes him special. He's out of Fargo Davies High School. Fargo as in North Dakota. You've got to understand how challenging it is from a smaller state to find your way to this roster, but he did so. And David Ronsley, the great writer, the great scout, the vice president of player personnel, tells us about what he saw when he watched Drew.
Big young man, he looks like he's from North Dakota. 6'5", 230, just turned 17 years old, very young for the class. He was 92, 95, and just sat basically 93 the entire time. Nice slider in the low 80s, was very polished, and we were talking about on air when we were broadcasting about, he's the complete package. Very intelligent kid, lots of outside baseball interests, but he has a very bright future on the mound and a great personal background to back it up, and he's always going to have a nickname. He's going to be Fargo in every clubhouse he plays in.
Back to the pitchers. Carson Wiggins, big arm out of Oklahoma, Roland, Oklahoma High School. He's an Arkansas commit. York Community High School in Elmhurst, Illinois. That's the home high school of Ryan Sloan. He's going to work at that great pitch factory at Wake Forest. They do an incredible job there. Mason Brasfield, he's in. Bakersfield Christian in Bakersfield, California. Plays for Garcia Parra Baseball Group. Christian Chatterton out of Alabama. Killen, Alabama, a right-handed pitcher, Brooks High School. He's an Auburn commit. This team elite player threw 95 miles an hour at PG National. This is a jump, and I mean a big jump. Smith Bailey shocked everyone, fighting his way on. The Arizona commit, the right-handed pitcher out of Mountain Ridge High School. One of the shockers joining this roster, so we congratulate Smith Bailey. One of my favorite shockers is Trey Gregory Alford. He's a Virginia commit. He's out of Colorado Springs in Colorado. He threw 97 at PG National. He had never thrown that hard in his life. Very recently, about 1 week ago, I had him on my radio show, MLB Round Trip with Perfect Game on MLB Network Radio. I was able to surprise him with some news he had to keep under his hat. The reaction was priceless. So during our interview, I did receive a text. I am entitled to tell you, you are a Perfect Game All-American. Congratulations.
Let's go, dude. Thank you guys. No way.
What does that mean now?
Just, I don't know. I just thought it'd still be me, I guess. So,
Surprised you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did surprise me.
All right, to the bats now. Let's talk about a very famous prospect and another classy athlete when we talk about Derek Curiel. The LSU commit deserves to be an All-American. Another reclassified athlete, much like we talked about Caminetti. Meet Connor Griffin. Most of you have. He's another LSU commit. He's out of Florence, Mississippi. Connor Griffin. Slade Caldwell, also a really strong Select Festival athlete, twice playing in the 13 and 14. The Ole Miss commits out of Jonesboro, Arkansas. Then there's Dante Nori. He's a Mississippi State commit. He ran a 6.1560 at PG National. Jack Hefferkamp is a great story. He's out of Carlsbad, California. He's a UC Santa Barbara commit, goes to Santa Fe Christian. He and his family are authors as well. This is a great athlete too, ran a 6.260. Another outfielder, a left-handed hitter, and a Houston commit, Braylon Payne, who still is 16 years old. Daniel Arambula is an LSU commit. He's a SoCal guy out of Yucaipa, California, plays for CPA. He ran a 6.760, had 97 exit velocity at PG National. Well, here's another high school home run derby competitor. Finished second. He was a finalist. He's an uncommitted athlete. This is a big bat in Sammy Richardson. All of Branch, Mississippi. Cade Arambide did everything as we shift to the catchers. He did it all at PG National. I'm not quite sure what else he could have done. Nicholas Montgomery, another catcher. He's from Cypress, California High School. Now Nick Montgomery is a PG All-American. And one of the great stories, our final catcher, he's from Hawaii, Alkai Kea. He's a Vanderbilt commit. Will be at IMG this year, but he transferred from Kamehameha High School. His Hawaiian team back in 2018 won the Little League World Series championship. In the semifinals, he struck out 15. He plays for USA Prime. He just wrapped up having a 500 on base at the 17U WWBA. The bat is explosive, and Brian Sikowski tells us why we better keep our eyes on Alkai Kea.
If you want to see who we are impressed by during batting practice, just watch Vinny and I taking notes. When we stop typing and we close the laptop and we just sit back, relax, and watch, we like that guy. And his batting practice made us just kind of sit back, open mouth, gasping and watching. And that kind of power, that type of bat speed, that ability to get the barrel out front, he showed it a little bit in game. He has real defensive tools behind the plate. Obviously, the Hawaii to Bradenton commute's a little difficult, so that's something of a storyline as well, but the dude's got all kinds of tools.
Now let's talk about shortstops. Let's go to Bryce Rayner. This young man is a SoCal guy. He plays at the famed baseball school, Harvard Westlake. David Hogg II is an LSU commit. We've seen him at the Perfect Game Select Festival during the pandemic year of 20. He's from Mansfield, Texas. Glad to have David there, along with Miles with a Y Davis. He's out of Iowa. Marion High School in Iowa. Miles Davis, a PG All-American and a slick fielder. Caleb Bonnemer is strong, physical by nature, and he is a slick fielder, but he's kind of built like Mike Trout, has that square jaw, strong shoulders, and big power. We'll tell you in a minute. The Virginia commit out of Okemos, Michigan. Artillery Travel Baseball is his team, and at the 17U, he had 9 hits, 3 walks. That's a 500 on base. But the one thing he did at Perfect Games National Showcase was he homered twice in a game. That's next to impossible to do. When he did it, although it was later done in the same event by Hunter Carnes, no one had done it ever before. Caleb Bonnemer, a Perfect Game All-American, and Brian Sikowski, Michigander, has watched him his entire development and tells us more.
Just the guy I've been waiting for this kind of national explosion for. And it's not like this is new. I've been talking about this guy as someone who can really hit for a number of years now, dating back to his 14U days. But to come out here, show the strength that he's gained and the speed that's added to him, running in the 6.3s, hitting all kinds of mid-100-mile-an-hour exit velocities, both in BP and game, hitting a couple home runs, which had maybe never been done before in PG National history. What can you say? Caleb Bonnemer, the next great Michigan All-American.
Shortstops, Trey Snyder. We continue to roll. Trey Snyder joins that group. He's a Tennessee commit. He's out of Kearney, Missouri, Liberty North High School. Snyder, a PG All-American. Theo Gillen is as well. We've been watching him for a long, long time. He's at Westlake High School. He's a left-handed hitter. By the way, Westlake High School is in Austin, Texas. Plays his travel ball, Theo does, for Lone Star National. Charlie Bates is staying home. If he doesn't sign, Charlie Bates goes to Palo Alto High School. He's a Stanford commit. Boy, that makes sense. That means he took care of his business in the classroom. Also with baseball, ran a 6.5 60. And then there's the brothers Sutton. Names we'll be saying a lot. Ty Sutton is a perfect game All-American. It's not a huge surprise, but he showed out at National. You may call him undersized at 5'9". I'll call him over-talented. This is a gifted player that it really doesn't matter where he stands when you're looking at height. He threw 94 with that frame from the outfield, threw 90 across the infield, and ran a 6.4 60. And it's all about baseball in the Sutton home. Congrats to the PG All-American. Our Danny Welkseman helps us tell the story of Ty.
I love this game to death. I play with a lot of passion. I love being around this type of atmosphere. The competitiveness, passion everybody has, they all bring it, and I compete. I compete, for sure. My dad is from Laos. My mom is from Thailand. We've all grown up in Vegas. My dad never really played baseball, but he definitely tried his best to teach me the game. And they started me young, and I haven't picked up anything else besides a bat and a ball.
I came to the United when I was 15. I was single and happy. Now I have 4 boys.
Pitch, work for the guy next to you. It isn't always about you. Trust the process, keep working, and just keep going at it with everybody. Talking about my parents, talking about my brothers. I can't wait.
Well, couldn't be more proud for Ty and his brothers, I'm sure, celebrating Dad and the family name. So much pride in that family name. And he had to perform at PG National. If you listen to the scouts, and he did, it was hit after hit after hit, doing so against a closer caliber situation. Remember, pitchers only go 2 innings. They're unloading the tank on the mound, and Ty was very successful. Congrats to him. Spend the weekend with us around the All-American Classic. We'll get started on Thursday, the 17th of August, with a deep dive, our All-American Classic preview show. On Friday, we'll get it going at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 o'clock Eastern. It's the first ever perfect game high school all-star game, pitting 25s against 26s. Been looking forward to this game for a long, long time. Same time, midday on Saturday, the 19th. All these great hitters will get together and look to shrink Chase Field. We'll be streaming the perfect game home run challenge. Then on Sunday at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock out here in the Great Valley at Chase Field in Arizona. It's Perfect Games All-American Classic right here on Perfect Game TV. David Ronsley and Hunter Pence, longtime major leaguer, along with Danny Welkseman down in the dugout, will be our broadcast team. And then you will get to preview the 2024 draft. You now know both rosters. We congratulate the athletes, their families, their coaches, and those who have made all these sacrifices to get them here. Enjoy the game, enjoy the month of August. Remember, it's All-Star Season, select festivals, and the All-American Classic right here on Perfect Game TV. Thanks for watching.